right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Brutal Reality Digest online podcast. But if you're in a hurry, just call it Bird Drop. So I'm flying solo today. Normally I have a sidekick with me or Stu, but today I'm all on my own. So I'm sorry about that. You just gotta have to deal with my voice for a little bit of time. But in addition to that, we're trying something new. We're gonna record this with video cameras as well. So you're gonna see this possibly on YouTube, possibly other places. I don't want to spill the beans quite yet. But of course, nobody wants to just hear me talk. So I'd like to introduce Curtis Anthony Labelle. Is that your middle name?
No, it's not.
Anthony. I knew I had a chance, but
it is A though. Orel would be the. I have a few different. I have a long name actually.
Let's hear it. Let's hear
full
it.
name Curtis Orel Real Joseph Leonel Labelle, and those are all on my birth certificate.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought I had a long middle name, and it's just two names.
But no Anthony.
No Anthony.
Orel.
So I literally could have. I only picked the one name that you don't have for a middle name.
I'll take it.
So how you doing, man?
I'm great. This is a lot of fun. I been watching you guys on social media, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to even just to get to know you guys more and shoot the shit and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we are, in case you guys don't recognize us, we are live from the green room of the Velvet Olive / Capital Package building, and thanks to Kyle for letting us.
It's a great space.
Yeah, letting us waste some time here, but yeah. What kind of vibes are you getting in this place?
It's very hot right now because there's no windows.
There's no way out.
It's a great little space to be prepping up before you can do a show here at the Velvet Olive, and lots of great musicians have been downstairs here since Kyle turned it into this lovely little cool place. We got a great wicker chair here. We got palm trees and greenery and Christmas lights and posters of musicians that have done shows here, and it's a great place. I love it. I can sleep down here, but let's not.
You gotta wait till your headline, which I assume you're going to be doing very soon.
We're here. Me and the boys are going to be playing here December 12th.
Okay. So
yeah, so
it'll
we'll be
sneak
here
up on
December
us.
12th. It'll be here soon enough. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Hopefully by then there's a few more restrictions lifted, and we can have more people in place because that's the best part about it. Is playing music for people.
Yeah, we here at Brutal Reality, we're thinking positively. There's too much dismal, bad news out there, so we're like, yeah, shows are gonna happen, musicians are gonna flourish. That's the attitude we're having.
It is, and like we were saying earlier, Josh, a lot of the musicians are, and I shouldn't say a lot, but I know that we're all fighting to get back at the bait thereby. We're trying to get back at the shows, everybody, is what we're trying to do. And it's been a lot of fun kind of getting back in the race and booking, and I've managed to book, we have between small shows, private shows, and big shows, we have about 36 shows that we booked in the next couple of months here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So keep them busy.
Well, in the music business, the artist is also a manager, a producer, booking agent, costume designer, rehearsal, all the above. So
social media manager,
which I'm not the greatest at, but you have to do it. Social media. And you can find me at Curtis Labelle Music on YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, Facebook, and more.
Oh yeah. So Curtis, excellent plug.
Thank you.
Seamless. So I was perusing your website.
Yes.
Doing my little bit of half-ass internet research to quote the Untouchables podcast. If anybody listens to that.
Perfect.
But so you're a self-described flamboyant pianist player? Or what? Pianist player. Pianist. There
Pianist.
Pianist.
I think so. I have flair. I don't know. I think so. I think I'm I think everybody would say that, actually. I don't know. I'm pretty flamboyant. And I play rock piano. It's an absolute blast when you see me. I have so much fun. So I think everybody looks like they're having fun. I'm all over the keys. So I think a self, diagnosis of being a flamboyant rock pianist is an understatement.
So it doesn't bother you to get the Elton comparison? Do you embrace that? Do you roll with that?
I do embrace it. I don't That is such
Loaded question.
it's a loaded question. It really is because there's a lot of artists that I really enjoy, from Billy Joel, Elton John, Lady Gaga, Adele, um, Amy Winehouse, even Liberace, and they all have all their flares, and I think there's a bit of every single one of them that rubs off on me. I think that's just how music works. I think that's how a musician develops and grows. I mean, you have your own, um, you know, influences. Now, when somebody says that I remind them of Elton John or Billy Joel of that sort, I take that well. Thank you so much, because then I know that I'm at a caliber that I can project and produce a good quality product. Now, am I wanting to be them? No, I'm not. I write my own music. I do my own uh, things. I have an influence of style of music, but I think that's the evolution of music in my journey. Is every time I hear a new song, I'm figuring out how I can incorporate those different things into what I'm doing. It's just the evolution of music, and I'm definitely I don't know. I do have a purple grand piano that I do take around with me on a show. I just put 500 rhinestones on a purple jacket. So yeah, I am me. And if I remind you of somebody else, that's perfect. But just Curtis Labelle. That's the name. Curtis Labelle.
Okay, so you're not, you don't want people to think, oh, I'm just trying to be Elton, but you obviously, you're a fan, quite obviously. So why don't you tell us about maybe some surprising influences that you have, where people are like, oh, really? That's who he's been inspired by.
Surprising influences. I'd have to say, okay, I don't really talk about the band Chicago, but I definitely love Chicago a lot. There's a lot of great horn sections in there. Big fan of Eminem. Big fan of Eminem, and now that kind of just put a little
Wow.
eyebrow raise on a lot of people. My husband and I rock out to a lot of Eminem in the house, actually.
The old stuff or new stuff, or what's
Old
your
stuff,
era?
old stuff, definitely old stuff for sure. I'm a country fan. Jared is not, and so when it comes to country, I like Garth Brooks, old school Garth Brooks, Randy Travis. I think that's because of my parents' upbringing and where I came from. Um, Nothing too obscure. Maybe ELO, right? Something different there. Um, Heavy metal band that I do listen to, Negation, is a great Edmonton local based band. Uh, and what is the other? Oh, I'm trying to think. Another heavy metal. Um, oh, I'm gonna say this wrong. Animals as Leaders. Is that right?
I don't know. Jamie, pull that shit up.
Oh, I'm totally going to be scarred for life now from this. I have no idea. I think so. I think that's anyway. The drummer from Negation, he brought me up to a lot of things. So yeah, obscure. That would be as far as I guess I could say it to be obscure influences.
Well, I didn't necessarily mean obscure, but just someone where it's
Oh,
like surprising, like, oh, wow, I wouldn't have thought that.
you know who I really like, and this will be a plug, is Wickland versus Wickland. I'm telling you, we have some great music here locally in Red Deer.
Is it because they're staring at us right there?
No, where are they? Where are they?
They're all over.
They're
They're
all
all over
over here. Friday the 13th over here. All these artists are phenomenal, and
Stop staring at me, Wickland.
they're absolutely amazing. But no, I'd have to say I was so I like them a lot, so much to the point that when they came up with their first vinyl album, I really made sure that I was the first person to get one. So I had Mel sign it, or it says 001 or whatever it was. So I have the first copy of Wickland versus Wickland on vinyl.
Nice.
That's going to be worth a lot of money one day. I think it will be. Thanks, Mel. Thanks, Dan. Love you.
All right, you kind of mentioned your upbringing. So according to your page, you grew up on the West Coast. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. For a short period of time, I grew up in BC until about I was 4, 5, and then moved to Red Deer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for my dad's work.
That was going to be my next question, because if I was just looking at it, a flamboyant piano player, I figure would probably have more success in Vancouver than Red Deer, Alberta. But you're proving stereotypes wrong one day at a time.
I think there I think that the environment is a product of me. So I don't know. I do the best I can to radiate love and light and happiness and connection and joy. That I think, for me to say that I'm a product of my environment, or that flamboyancy would be best developed over in the West Coast compared to the East Coast, I'm not sure. But I can definitely say I think it's who I'm around and wherever I am, that just be me. And if you don't like it,
Piss off.
I was going to say I'm going to come around you even more so that we can spread the love even more.
Kill him with kindness.
Kill him with kindness.
Well, yeah, just even looking at this wall, there's a shit ton of great talent here in Red Deer. So I understand why I mean, this isn't known as a hot spot of music, but I think people would be surprised at how many great acts actually play here every weekend, right?
Yeah.
I'm local, not just flying people in, right?
And we're just talking about, or I'm assuming you're just talking about the Velvet Olive here. Just in this city alone, there's so many different venues that have amazing music, and I think that amazing music has rubbed off on some of the things that I have written. With example, some of the stuff that Kayla Williams has written. She was one of the performers that was on the Savor Stages here that we did outside. Right. She has some great, great, great music that I listen to numerous of times in order to, how can I be better? And so I think that a lot of what I have been able to do as a musician has come from these guys here and places like the Olive and all the great stuff we have in Red Deer. Red Deer has a great music scene.
So is it a bit of a friendly rivalry? You're like, oh, she just wrote a really good song. I gotta clap back here.
No, I think Red Deer has something really unique in the fact that we have all different musicians of different styles. There's a lot of guitar players. There's a lot of there's not a lot of piano players. There's a great group of them, and we have wonderful. We're all rounded. Not one guitar singer songwriter in Red Deer sounds like the next. My piano music sounds different than Kayla's. Randy Bolton sounds different than James Adams. Like, we all have our own style, and I think that's one of the really hidden gems about Red Deer is that we don't compete with each other.
You're just doing your own thing.
We have done our own thing
to complement each other.
That ended up complementing each other and pushing Red Deer to such a height in its music caliber and its strength, and the core of it is been of utmost success.
Right.
It's great to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you not head south for a while to study music? Like down to the States? Or did I?
No, I went down to the States, visited some people down there, learned some things about the entertainment industry in that area. I came back because I had a family member that ended up getting sick, and then I got married here in Red Deer, or in Canada.
Okay, so since you've graduated, you've stuck around kind of Central Alberta?
Yeah, I have stuck around. I went to Red Deer College and did my studies there, and I was teaching for quite some time. But I've stuck around Alberta, and Alberta's where I've been for the last couple of years.
Right on. So did you work with Rustin? How do I say his name?
Rustin Viore.
There we go.
Yes. No, I've never worked with Rustin Viore. I was doing I'm I didn't finish college.
Oh, college dropout, everyone.
No. Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness gracious. The cat's out of the bag now.
Kids at home, you don't need to graduate.
Stay in school. Seriously, stay in school. But no, I dropped out of college for a job. I got a contract. I got a 2-year contract that I signed. And it was a 1-year contract that ended up being into 2 years because it was extended, and it was up in Dawson City. And I remember waking up to a phone call. Are we talking about this story now? What are we? Okay, so
you go.
Long story short, I quit college because I got a phone call from a gentleman who was doing productions with Parks Canada up in Dawson City, Yukon, and how it all came about is his mom was my grade 6 band teacher, and so she knew I played the piano, and I got the phone call. It was actually a voicemail. I called back. And I instantly didn't even think. I took the job because the money was good. I had no idea what I was doing other than being the swing piano player for the opposite off days for the other piano player at a can show. And I called my, I woke up my roommate and said, "Do you, I, it was summer, so he didn't quit college. I asked him though. I said, "Do you want to quit school and come up north and pull curtains for me whenever I'm playing piano on the off days of a can show?" And he said yes.
Oh,
And so he didn't quit college, but it was a summer gig for him. I ended up staying there for the year and then going on to the second year. And he pulled curtains while I played piano on the opposite days. Made a shit ton of money. And then I went and traveled Costa Rica for 2.5 months.
oh wow.
and then we're here.
Right
Well,
on.
a lot of shit happened in between, but that was the story. That's how I ended. That was one of the best things that I ever did. Great interview.